one.
Pole position out of Walden, New York, driving in the Bob Henschel-owned Advanced Concrete number 4. That's Anthony Perego.
Outside of him, the Nardozzi Paving and Construction 78 out of Canandaigua, New York. It's Alex Payne.
Third starting spot at a Wallkill, New York, the TO Pro car. Number 1, DNA Concrete. Number 1 is Tyler Dipple.
Alongside driving in the BDR Speed, Ollie's Bargain Outlet 02 from Saratoga Springs, the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner.
Fifth starting spot, the Palmer Service Center, number 76, Carolyn Alton Palmer, owned entry, Jamike Soul.
Alongside driving the 1ZT's Corpac Merchandising 1Z from Sprakers, New York, Jessica Friesen.
The Bill Lake Modular Homes, Ken Hansen Paving 20C, Craig Hansen goes 7th.
Alongside driving out of Baldwinsville in the Weakneck Archery, St. Lawrence Radiology 7MM, it's Double M, Michael Maresca.
And the LM Mason Contractors, Ingram Racing Engines 21C, Brian Calabrese goes 9th.
Final starting spot, the Shoebox Sod Farms 15M, Daniel Morgevitz. Here they come. Heat number 1 for the 24 edition of the Firecracker 50, and Fonda Speedway is underway. Working out of the turn, we got a real battle going on for that 4th qualifying spot down the back straightaway. 5 will qualify. Look out, we got one slowing already. That is Jamike Soul.
Yeah, he and Lehner were fighting there on the back straightaway, and something happened. I think Soul's got a flat right rear tire. He is in the pit area. He stopped there, but I believe he is off the racetrack. Jessica Friesen now inherits the 5th and final transfer spot. Mike Maresca's up to the 6th spot. And out front, leading the way, is Anthony Perego.
Perego setting the pace down the straightaway. The youngster out of Canandaigua, New York, Alex Payne, currently running in the number 2 spot. Behind Alex is Tyler Dipple, and then we've got Jack Lehner, Saturday night regular. It has a different car tonight. He's running in the last, next to last qualifying spot for Lehner. Jessica Friesen holding down the last qualifying spot, now being chased by Michael Maresca.
Yeah, not the qualifying effort Maresca was looking for, trying to rebound and at least put it in the show for tonight's feature without having to go to the consi, but he bobbles off at turn number 2. Jay-Z will open it up on him halfway through. Heat race number 1, top 3 go to the BA Custom Headers redraw. It's Perego, Payne, and Dipple holding down those spots right now.
Maresca, a 2-time feature winner, the current point leader in the Amsterdam Truck Center Modified Division here at Fonda Speedway. Currently trying to get into a qualifying spot, chasing Jessica Friesen. Up front, it's still the 4 of Anthony Perego setting the pace.
Maresca also, Jeff, 4th in North Region points entering the night, so he's got work to do tonight. Just show up points as far as Fonda Speedway is concerned, but Maresca, as I mentioned, sitting 4th in the North Region standing right now. He's got work to do just to get into the show. 2 laps to go. Anthony Perego comfortable out in front.
Yeah, Perego leading the way. Alex Payne, as you mentioned earlier, his first time ever racing here at the Track of Champions, running a solid 2nd spot, followed by Dipple and the 0-2 of Lehner. We will get the Bears Performance Warehouse white flag from series starter Joe Chris. Also the Fonda Speedway starter, 1 to go.
Also the birthday boy, Joe Chris, working off at turn number 2. Perego will set the pace. Oh, Dipple got wide off at 2. Lehner trying to get a nose underneath of him for the final redraw spot, but Dipple shut the door off the corner. Anthony Perego stays hot. He'll win heat number 1 for the modifieds. Alex Payne gets 2nd. Dipple hangs on to the final redraw spot. Lehner and Jessica Friesen are qualified for the Firecracker 50.
Heat number 1 into the record books. Your winning driver is the 4, Anthony Perego. Runner-up spot will go to the 78 of Alex Payne. 3rd, the 1D, Tyler Dipple. 4th, the 0-2, Jack Lehner. And 5th, the 1Z, Jessica Friesen. 5 qualifying. The top 3 go to the redraw. Lineup for heat race number 2 will go this way.
Pole position, driving out of Johnstown, New York, in the Parks Companies LM Mason Contractors. Number 1, that's the Flying Squirrel, Rocky Warner.
Outside in the Quality Forestry Management, number 28 out of Roscoe, New York, Michael Troutshold.
Third starting spot, reigning champion at Fonda Speedway, the Drelos Motorsports Caroline Street Pub and Grill, number 111, Demetrius Drelos.
Outside of Demetrius in the Godgart Motorsports Killer Crate Racing Products, number 97 out of East Greenbush, Bobby Hackle the 4th.
Going from 5th out of Alexandria, Ontario, Canada, in the Walker.com, number 01, Chris Raby.
And alongside out of Lake Pleasant, driving in the O'Connor, towing number 42, Tucker O'Connor.
7th starting spot out of Vermont, the Interstate Batteries, number 21, Gary Edwards III.
Alongside in the Mags RS, number 93, the Ed Munger-owned race car out of Ballston Spa, Ryan Odas.
And the final starting spot, the Highland Enterprises, number 27, Jason Riome. 3 more to the BA Custom Headers redraw. 5 more qualifying for the Firecracker 50.
Don't forget, heat race winners getting $100. Masix Garage putting up $100 in Heat 1, and Masix Garage putting up $100 here for the winner of Heat number 2. Part of the Bill Ag Memorial Fund extra bonuses tonight here at the Track of Champions. Lap number 1, your leader will be the Flying Squirrel, Rocky Warner.
Third, though, trading spots. Drello started with it. Rabi got to it. Now Hackle gets by the 0-1. Bobby Hackle now up into that final BA Custom Headers redraw spot. Rabi back to 4th. And Drello's on the bubble for the final transfer spot as O'Connor tries to work by Gary Edwards here for the 6th spot.
Yeah, working out of the corner. We got one stopping over here in turn 4. It looks like he's got a flat tire. This will bring out a caution flag.
Flat left rear for the 93 of Ryan Odaz. Yep, you called it, Jeff, a flat left rear on the 93 of Ryan Odaz. Tough break for him. I know he was excited to get back to it. As I mentioned, was racing early in the year, was at the Alex Friesen Remembered at Utica Rome, and then just in time for the Fonda Speedway season to start, something happened at work, and Odaz injured his back, and he's been out for the past couple of months, but is here tonight trying to qualify, but a left rear tire down on the 93, and he will make the left turn into the hot pit area. If you're not a Saturday night regular with us at Fonda Speedway on FloRacing or in the grandstands, the rule is you must go to the hot pit area in order to change a tire. You cannot drive back into the pit area. If you drive past the hot pit and into the pits to your trailer, that is your signal to Race Command that you are done. So you must go to the hot pit in order to get the tire changed. The one exception to that rule is if you get towed back there. So if the track crew has to tow you back to the pits, they tow you to your trailer, and you're able to get it fixed in time in return, then you can come back out on the racetrack. But if you drive behind pit wall, your night is done. Odaz driving into the hot pit, getting the left rear tire changed, and he will hustle his way out here to the tail of the field. He will rejoin, and I believe we will go green next time by here in heat number 2. As you mentioned, Jeff, Masix Garage putting up $100. Anthony Perego got that in heat race number 1. Masix Garage putting up $100 for heat race number 2. MTB Seal Coating putting up $100 for heat 3. And BDR Feed putting up $100 for heat race number 4.
Yes, and we also had an additional $100 from Greco Racing for the Hot Lap Heroes. So Matt Williamson got $100 from ATL Fuel Cell. Matt Williamson will also get a $100 bonus from Greco Racing for being the Hot Lap Hero in modified hot laps. And the Bill Ag Memorial Award given in Bill's memory to recognize a driver who races every Saturday night, loves racing, works hard, has a great attitude, and doesn't have a lot of sponsors. That award will go to Brian Calabrese, Chrissy, and Megan Egg putting up that $200. That will go to Brian Calabrese. We're ready for the restart. We have completed 2 laps. Here they come back to green. We got Trout Scholl battling with the 97 of Bobby Hackle into the turn, and now through the 111 of Demetrius Drelos into the mix down the back straightaway with Rocky Warner leading the way.
Drelos trying to climb back into a redraw spot. He dives to the inside here of Troutchold. Hackle got the second. Now Drelos will get the third. Troutchold drifts up the racetrack, and Gary Edwards got by Chris Rabi. Jeff Rabi, just a couple of laps ago, was in a redraw spot, now outside of a qualifying spot.
Yeah, he's battling down the backstretch with Calabrese. Troutchold gets wide off the backstretch. Look out, charging into the corner over there. That was Gary Edwards in the 21. Down the straightaway, it's still Rocky Warner leading the way. Bobby Hackle, Demetrius Drelos holding down the top 3 spots. Then Troutchold next in line, followed by Edwards and Robbie next in line. Edwards having a little trouble out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Rabi got a good run that time off the 2. Tried to peek a nose to the outside of the 21. Edwards back in line on the bottom. He will hold on to the 5th spot. Rocky Warner out in front with 3 laps to go, pulling away from Bobby Hackle and Demetrius Drelos, but the fight is on here. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Odaz and O'Connor continuing to duke it out.
Yeah, they're side by side as Odaz tries to work his way back through the field. Meanwhile, Rocky Warner gets the 2-lap signal. He's got a pretty healthy lead over the rest of the pack now. Hackle still 2, Drello still 3, Troutshole 4th, and Edwards holding off Raby for position number 5.
Yeah, Edwards has a couple of car lengths between himself and Chris Raby. Tucker O'Connor trying to gain some ground here at the Barron's Performance Warehouse white flag. Still Warner, Hackle, and Drellos. Troutshole is settled right at the ship. He holds 4th, and Gary Edwards in the final transfer spot as Warner works off a 4 here for the final time.
Checkered flag will fall. Basics Garage $100 heat win for the Flying Squirrel, Rocky Warner, followed by Hackle, Drellos, a fast closing Michael Troutshole, and 5th spot will go to Gary Edwards. Gary Edwards the 3rd. Heat number 2, your winning driver, Masix Garage, putting up the $100 to win to the number 1, Rocky Warner. Runner-up will go to the 97, Bobby Hackle. The 4th, 3rd, the 111, Demetrius Drellos. They go to the redraw. 4th spot to the 28, Michael Troutshole, and 5th will go to the 21 of Gary Edwards, the 3rd. River Valley Builders North Region, Ollie's overall championship chase modified. Heat number 3 for the Amsterdam Truck Center modifieds lining up this way.
Pole position, feature winner at the Devil's Bowl Speedway with the Short Track Super Series, the S&S Asphalt Paving number 9, Mark Johnson.
Outside of him, driving in the Hyundai Racing Upstate Motorsports number 4, Cody Clark. He's out of Little Falls.
Our ATL Fuel Cell Hot Lap hero, the Barron's Performance Warehouse number 3, Money Matt Williamson goes 3rd.
Alongside of the Dwaynesburg track champion here in his career, the Mickles Automotive Persons Farms number 2, RJ Ronnie Johnson.
The DKM Fabrication Hon Welding Supply 34, Dave Constantino starts 5th.
Alongside of him, the Yurkowitz Auto Records number 96 out of Middleburg, it's Andy Graves.
7th, the Kelly's Country Kids Daycare, B. Walt's Car Care number 22, Brandon Walters.
Outside of Brandon, driving the 47, Simone Perot. Simone in Quebec in the Gilles Perot Garage number 47.
And Pep Karate, the Heiko Fabrication 21P as we go green here. Williamson quickly to 2nd. Here goes Ronnie Johnson. Johnson to the inside of Cody Clark. He'll grab the final BA Custom Headers redraw spot this time.
Working into the turn, lap number 1 for heat race number 3 down the straightaway. Here's a battle. Roger Henyon Jr. out there at Interstate Batteries number 19, battling for position down the back straightaway. Constantino battling mid-pack there, trying to hold on to position number 5.
Yeah, Constantino right now has that 5th and final transfer spot. Barbie, Brandon Walters trying to reel him in. A handful of car lengths separate that duo up front. Mark Johnson, always been comfortable here at Fonda Speedway, leads Matt Williamson, and of course Fonda's favorite son, Ronnie Johnson, holds down the final BA Custom Headers redraw spot. You see Constantino. He's the final car on your screen with that yellow crown on the scoreboard. Those are your qualified cars.
Mark Johnson, another driver who excels well here in limited appearances in the Fonda 200 weekend. He's leading the way. Your ATL Fuel Cell Hot Lap hero, Money Matt Williamson, running on the number 2 spot. Last regional spot right now is RJ Ronnie Johnson. Following him, Cody Clark. Cody was a modified feature winner here at the Track and Champions last year. Right now, Dave Constantino, he's also got some modified wins in his career. He's holding down the 5th and final qualifying spot.
Yeah, Jeff. Oh, Mark Johnson, a big push over there in turn number 4. Here goes Matt Williamson to the inside, down here in the 1 and 2. I was just about to give a note on the lead duo. Their limited appearances here. Mark Johnson led significant laps in the Fonda 200 in 2022. Matt Williamson last year dominated his qualifier, started 5th, got a flat on lap 1, came all the way from last to finish in the top 5 in last year's Fonda 200. So both of those guys, not regulars here, getting more comfortable. The guy who is comfortable, RJ, trying to reel them both in.
Yeah, Ronnie Johnson currently 3rd, the last redraw spot. Cody Clark and Dave Constantino in the 34, holding down the last couple of qualifying spots. We'll get the Barron's Performance Warehouse white flag, 1 to go for the tonight white night, Mark Johnson.
Johnson, a bit of a push again there through the middle of 1 and 2. $100 courtesy of MTB Seal Coating. Up for grabs here in heat race number 3. Mark Johnson will claim it here in heat race number 3. Matt Williamson, Ronnie Johnson to the BA Custom Headers redraw. Cody Clark and Dave Constantino pending a trip to the scales are qualified.
MTB Seal Coating putting up the $100 to the winner of heat number 3. That is the 9 of Mark Johnson. Runner up to the 3, Matt Williamson. Third, the 2, RJ Ronnie Johnson. They will go to the redraw. Fourth, the 4, Cody Clark. And fifth, the 34, Dave Constantino. Heat race number 4, $100 from BDR Feed. This is the way they will line up.
Pole position, the Hurlock Auto and Speed Westmoreland Golf Club, defending winner of this race out of Savannah, New York, the 9S, Matt Shepard.
And the winner of the previous 4 events in the Firecracker 50 out of Springers, New York, the Hallmark International, Bar Contracting 44, Stuart Friesen.
Starting third, guy who timed quicker than both of them out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, the Wilcox Ceiling and Paving. Wilcox Construction, Brodell Fuel Group, 84Y, Alex Yankowski.
Alongside of him, out of Elizabethtown in the George Huddick-owned Adirondack Auto, Huddick Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, number 35, Mike Mahaney.
Fifth starter, feature winner this season, the Dodson Construction, JJP Slipforming, 24P, Brian Pesolano.
Now out of Middleburg, driving the number 96 Yurkowitz Auto Records entry of Andy Graves.
7th starting spot out of Akwesasne, Quebec, the 87.9, that's Daryl Mitchell.
Driving out of Three Rivers, Quebec, he's in the Genic number 35, Francois Belmar.
And the final starting spot, the Moody Mile Motorsports number 24, that's Patrick Dupree. Will start scratch on the field. 4th and final Short Track Super Series modified heat race is green here for the Firecracker 50.
Yeah, down the back, the River Valley Builders North Region Modifieds, the Amsterdam Truck Center Modifieds here at the Fonda Speedway. Off the turn, lap number 1. It will be Superman leading the way. Green's in now, having to deal with Alex Yankowski. Following him, the 35 of Mahaney, and then behind Mike Mahaney down the back straightaway, we've got Brian Pesolano in the 24.
Jeff, you know this. Matt Shepard has won, I don't know how many of the last several ATL Fuel Cell Hot Lap Hero Awards, and every time he says, I don't think this thing is any kind of good luck today. He timed it a little bit better, started on the pole of this heat race. He's driving away from Stewart, Yankowski, and Mahaney right now. Your top 5 are all pretty well settled in, much different than what we've seen the first 3 heat races.
Yeah, I think he won almost all of them so far this year, but tonight he did not. And he's got the lead in this 4th heat race down the back straightaway, looking for the BDR Feed $100 bonus after MTB Seal Coating put up the $100 in heat number 3. Off the corner, we're going to get the cross flags halfway home.
Yeah, I told Shepard after New Egypt, I said, man, just start carrying a 50-pound piece of lead, bolt it out for hot laps, and then take it off. As you see on your screen, there is Shepard out in front. Friesen has kind of righted the ship. He was almost 4/10 quicker than Shepard last time, but Shepard's lead 1.2 seconds here with 3 laps to go this time by the 44. Trying to close in on the 9S. Yankowski riding it out in 3rd. Mahaney and Pesolano comfortably in those 4th and 5th qualifying spots right now.
Watching the drivers go into turn number 1, both Shepard and Friesen looked like they had a little bit of a push. They did not keep it down in the bottom group where they wanted to, but Alex Yankowski went through the turn flawlessly. It looks like they're all searching a little bit, trying to do a little testing for later on in the night. This time by, we will get the Barrontsville Cornhusk Warehouse white flag. A little bit of lap traffic coming up now for Matt Shepard, and Stuart Friesen beginning to close in now on Shepard here in the final lap.
I think Shepard has backed off his pace, seeing that lap traffic in front of him. Talked to a lot of drivers, and they say there are very few, if any, racetracks that the sail panels have more of an effect than Fonda Speedway. Matt Shepard will work off of turn number 4. He will get the BDR Feed $100 here in heat race number 4. Stuart Friesen and Alex Yankowski follow him to the BA Custom Headers redraw. Mike Mahaney gets 4th, and Brian Pesolano gets 5th. And once again, pending a trip across the scales, those are your 5 qualified cars here in heat race number 4. The Firecracker 50 for the STSS Modifieds.
Yeah, the sail panels, which are not normally used here at Fonda, probably throwing some of these teams for a little bit of a curve in the setup department. The BDR Feed $100 for heat number 4 goes to the 9S of Matt Shepard. Second, the 44, Stuart Friesen. Third, the 84Y, Alex Yankowski. They go to the redraw. Fourth, the 35, Mike Mahaney. And fifth, the 24P, Brian Pesolano. So 20 cars are now qualified for the Firecracker 55 out of 4 heats. Your heat winners are Anthony Perego, Tyler Dipple, Mark Johnson, and Matt Shepard. 4 heats on the docket now for the Madsen Overhead Door Sportsman.